How does the Crime Stoppers work? Pretty successful, isn't it?
It is. It's a really good program. They're looking to hopefully expand to being able to receive like tips online, hopefully in the next year or so, which is will generate even more because most people don't like to call. So,
yeah, Sheriff Matt Link was in from Henderson County last week, and they have an app that they're using for Crime Stoppers now. P3 app?
P3, yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
So there you go.
Yep. They've looked at it here for a while. It's kind of an expensive program to go to. But yeah, it's in the works. They're definitely looking at it. So hopefully they'll get that rolling. But the biggest thing is if you do call the line, it's all anonymous. You don't have to give your name. Every tip that comes in generates a number. So you're only known by a number instead of, providing your name or anything like that. And then at the end of the month, if your tip leads to an arrest, they'll give cash prizes up to $1,000 and probably even more depending on what it is.
Okay. And do our tips often lead to arrests?
Yes. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I would say we probably have 80 to 90% success rate on the tips that we receive. So,
wow.
Yeah.
What an important program.
Yes. And follow their Facebook page. That's where most of the information gets put out on different crimes or suspects that we're trying to identify. So keep a good close eye on their Facebook page, and that's usually where a lot of the information comes from.
Okay, terrific. All right, what do you have for us this month that's happening?
They're at it, like every month, unfortunately. Seen an uptick in the prize, the cash prize. You've won $1,000 up to $10,000, but there's that processing fee that you need to pay with, an Amazon or a MasterCard gift card, unfortunately. They've tweaked it a little bit that they've been offering that you're going to receive the check, but in order to receive the full amount, you need to send back $500 or whatever. So, they're checking both boxes in our P's of scams because they're presenting the prize, but at the same time, they're presenting a problem as well. So, you get those emails, you get those phone calls, they're generated in them both ways. I've seen them coming off ads now on different websites where it appears to me that they're buying ad time, whether it be on Google or Facebook, and it's a link that takes you to their site, and then you start providing information or they start presenting a prize, and that's where it all goes.
Isn't that something that the bad guys can buy ads to advertise their bad guy websites?
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's being seen a lot more and more. So, I mean, I guess they're investing in their deceptive practices, for lack of better words.
And so how do you report them so they can get those ads off?
So, basically, when you go to, we'll use Google, for instance. You go to Google and you'll look for a website, a cellular provider. And a lot of times it'll pop up instead of when you do a search, it'll actually show this is Verizon, and then it has home pages and all that. Well, it'll be on top of that, and it'll say Verizon, and it'll say free iPhone or something like that. Instead of clicking the actual link to take you to the web page, people don't really pay a lot of attention, and they click the top one. Or they see, hey, new iPhone, maybe I can upgrade to a new phone, and then it takes you to the deceptive site. So,
okay. Another reason to be careful.
Got to verify.
Another reason to turn the internet off. Not going to happen, is it?
I was going to say that's a good debate, but probably not going to happen.
Okay, Josh, what else would you like people to know?
The weather's getting nice. The door-to-door salesmen, the asphalt driveway contractors, the gutters. Unfortunately, those people will be out. They're going to come to your door. They're going to pressure you to make a decision. They're going to offer you a number that's a really good deal. And you're probably going to get maybe your driveway tore up, if even that. So just remember when you get those salesmen coming door to door to, once again, to verify, maybe they are a legit company, but you need to do your due diligence and make sure that they are who they are, say they are, and that you get contracts and that good thing.
Did you see that in Galesburg, they passed an ordinance where you have to have a badge with your picture and name of your company on it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're a no-go for solicitation.
Yeah. And we do have, in the city of Monmouth, you have to apply for a solicitor's license. They have to go to the city hall. Now, it's not quite as in-depth as what Galesburg has gone to.
Uh-huh.
But you still have to go up there, provide, I'm not sure the exact information that they request, but you need to provide what you're selling, what it's for, and whatnot. So
good. I'm glad the city of Monmouth has that.
And the big thing is that if you do have somebody that comes to your door in the city soliciting and they're rude in nature or you're questioning it, call up to the police department. We'll verify if they have a license or not. And if they don't, we'll go out and shut that down.
Okay.
Because it does happen.
Yeah, it's just scary because you want to trust the person coming to your door, but you really can't.
Mm-hmm.
And you also don't want to escalate the situation by saying, let me see your solicitor's license.
Correct.
Or...
And that's what we're there for, Whoever comes to the door, politely say, hey, I'll take whatever information you have. And if I'm interested, I'll get back with you.
Sure.
Because, any reputable company is going to have a return phone number, return services, a flyer of some sort to get back to. And then, give the police department or city hall a call and see if they're legit or not.
The challenge is not all of them do have that anymore. They walk around with the iPads.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't leave you with legitimate information.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's very frustrating.
Yes.
Because you would like to have some info in writing and a number to call back for questions.
Yeah, and I put this out there. I wouldn't give your information on anybody's electronic device that comes to your door. So it's unfortunate. There could be good things out there, but there's also way too many bad things and too much information that can be captured on those devices.
Okay. What
so
else?
Yeah. Well, we're not really still in the tax season, but keep an eye out for those IRS letters and those calls.
They're still at it.
They're still at it, unfortunately. I like to give our banks locally here kudos because they have shut down several of these, not necessarily that scam, but a few other ones where they've came to the bank to make some withdrawals, to go buy gift cards, and luckily their due diligence of talking to their customer verified, hey, you really don't want to do that.
Yeah, thank goodness for our local banks.
Yes, yeah, they've been really good about communicating with their customers.
So what do we do? Do we call you? We call the non-PD, a non-emergency number at the police department.
If you think you've been a victim the first thing that I would call is all your banking institutions. Make a report to them. They're going to want to know what information you provided, which is what we're going to want to know. But I want to shut down all your financial information first. That'd be the first thing I'd tell you if you hadn't called them anyways. I'd say, call me back, call your banks, and make them aware of what's going on. Because, we talked about how bad technology is, but on the other side, technology is they can look and see if your social security number gets ran, your phone number gets ran, any of your bank account numbers get ran. They can see that pretty instantly and shut that down. So, and definitely, when it comes to like debit cards, the banking industries came a long way in monitoring your purchases. If all of a sudden, I'm showing that I'm making purchases in, some third world country, they're putting a hold on that, calling me saying, hey, are you still in the country? They're wanting to verify that.
Yes.
So those are all things, if you kind of get back, we kind of got a way, is that make sure you let them all know, especially what information you provided. That's a big telltale of what to look for. And the banks are pretty rehearsed in receiving, hey, I gave out this information. What do I need to do? Okay, we're going to shut down your debit cards. We're going to reroute your account numbers. They're really good at that. Yeah,
we had an employee the other day that I don't know how it happened, but it got both a debit and a credit card.
Yeah.
And we believe it was from an app.
Yep.
That they were using. So that app somehow got compromised.
Yep. And it happens. That's why, when you see updates come on your cell phones, your tablets, your devices, it's always good to keep your tablets up to date because they're constantly scanning for different viruses, different loopholes that are in those programs.
Sure.
To make sure that they are secure. So that would not surprise me one bit if that's how that information got out.
Okay. Josh, anything else you would like people to know this morning?
Well, let's protect ourselves first. We talked about scams, protecting ourselves, not providing information. And then kind of off the topic is the FOP has our fishing derby coming up June 8th, Saturday at Citizens Lake, be in the morning. Going to have a lot of prizes. Come out and bring the kiddos out for some fishing. Hopefully the weather cooperates.
Okay, that's at Citizens Lake?
Yep.
And what time do they need to be there?
I believe we're starting around 8.
8 a.m. at Citizens Lake. and that's the FOP Fishing Derby. What age group?
Pretty much all the way up to 15.
Okay.
So
Up to age 15. And do they need to bring a fishing pole?
if you don't have one, come out. We'll have plenty on hand. I know good question. A lot of kids do ask. We keep enough poles on hand for prizes, and we also keep them to give out to kiddos that don't have them that want to fish. So
And what kind of bait are they going to use?
whatever you want. I mean, if you want to have worms, plastics, whatever you want.
Chicken livers?
Yeah, sure. If that's what you have good luck with.
Minnows?
The Midwest Bass Masters guys will be out there as well with some prizes too. So, and they're I'm not your fisherman, so I'm not a wealth of knowledge in that area.
You're looking at me funny on chicken liver.
But yeah, I don't. If you fish with it, I guess.
Works like a charm on crappie.
Hey, there you go. But the North Lake will be stocked, so
Awesome.
that should be a good time. Like I said, hopefully the weather. The last 2 years it's been beautiful. So we moved it back into June because we were having a lot of issues with rain. So
Okay. Well, looking forward to it. That's on June 8th.
absolutely.
All right, Josh, wealth of information. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
thanks for having me, Vanessa.
Josh Kramer with us, investigator with the Monmouth Police Department and the state award for the Warren County the CrimeStoppers Award for the state as the liaison